Just one night, all we got. 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 I ain't got time for you, baby. Either you're mine or you're not.
Hi. Welcome to Julia's Bento. Thanks for dropping by. I know it's been a long time, and Happy New Year to everybody for 2015, despite the fact that it's in the middle of January. Anyways, so for this vlog topic, I've been getting a lot of love from my various social media sources, from YouTube, Instagram, and of course my groups and Facebook. And I really wanted to give a shout out and say thank you very much for your comments. It's just been a fantastic ride. Last year, 2014, was really when, at the beginning of, when I decided I was gonna try to crawl out of my my cave and get kind of like put myself out there. My hat's off to everybody in YouTube land. It is kind of hard when you do it. You're gonna get some negative comments and things like that as well. But for everyone maybe quasi negative comment, I get like such tremendous love. So thank you for that. And so, what is the topic of today's vlog? I guess I thought I'd start off with my journal lineup for this year, since it may answer many of the questions that I've been getting about what I've been posting. So without further ado, I'll show you my pile of what I'm using this year. Plus there's a couple in here that I will be showing you. This is my little travel kit that I had during the vacation, the holiday. So I'll start out with the Hobonichi. Yes, it is a planner technically, but I'll keep going. So this is the original size. It's an A6 size. And this year I decided to try to go for the Avec, which basically splits it into, two, so 6 months, 6 months. So it's a lot smaller, so as this grows, it won't be like overwhelming, I hope. So for this one, I struggled with, what was I going to use the smaller one for? Oh, and by the way, this cover, this beautiful cover, is the piece cover that you had to kind of sign up for the lottery. They hold a lottery during a certain time because they have only X amount of these covers. And I won the A6. I mean, I actually applied for both the A6 and the A5, but I got the sad news for the other one that I didn't make it. But then I got the great news for this one, so I got it. It's so pretty. Here it is. Anyways, moving on. So for this one, I decided to do a little gouache illustration, or watercolor and gouache illustration of like a major point in my day. So this is one of the first days we went to the a comic book museum, and also the Modern Jewish Museum over in San Francisco, and we just saw a bunch of pieces. So that's what that one is. The next day, I was just exhausted, so that's what that is. And basically, that's how I'm gonna keep going on with this. I sort of decided to draw things in first, and as I have, because gouache, the acrylic one, once it dries, that's it. So for me, I hate wasting paint. So what I decided to do was I was going to, just draw a bunch of the things in the day things happen. And then when I get a chance to paint, the light colors I'm going to go back in and paint. So that's how I'm going to play around with this one. Now, I will skip over my other ones and lead right to the cousin. This is also, again, Hobonichi, but this one is inside here. Actually, I'll zip it all the way up. This is inside an iPad mini case from, this is ground. This is from an illustrator called Free Gums, and this is the picture you've probably seen. Here, I'll put a little bit of light so you can actually see the designs. So this is a debossed leather cover. Beautiful. So a lot of you wanted to actually see how this works with the booklet. As you can see, it's already kind of like sticking. But anyways, So this is, I got the Illustrator mod with free gums. And so here, you know, you have like a lot of pockets and things like that. So you can put your stickers here. This is, you know, what I did during the break was I put like earphones in here. So you could put that in there and, you know, pop that down. Or you could put a pen there, whichever. And you can put pens here. Again, I put an eraser here last time. A longer pen here. And then you could actually fit in another notebook here. A smaller one if you like. It came with the This Is Ground notebook. I just took that out because I wasn't using it at this time. But you can put another notebook here. And so this is how I fit my cousin, my Hobonichi. So the back pocket, as you can see here, and again, I'm probably going to have to lighten it up for you so you can actually see. But there you go. If you see here, there's a little pocket here for another pen. But now what that does is it pushes this booklet down to the edge. I could live with that or just take it out when I'm painting and things like that. But again, I was discussing with some people that you could probably, the stitch only goes up to here. So you could probably take the stitch out, which I heard some people are doing. But for now, I'm fine with it being this way. So what am I using this one for? I'm still, you know, using it as like a sketchbook. Yes, you've probably seen this. And some pieces here. But as I was saying in one of my posts, I felt like I was playing catch up, so to speak. So, you know, a lot of people with the Hobonichi are starting to figure out that you have this kind of guilt feeling if you miss a few pages, and I do too. And then I feel like I have to go back and catch up with that, and then you end up getting backed up with your current days. So the way I decided to go about this is, you know, when you're in the mood, just do the page that you're supposed to be on that day. And then, you know, if you get some extra inspiration or extra bit of time, go back and, you know, fiddle around with the other pages, fill it up with quotes, images, whatever you want to do. But don't sweat it. It does make you strangely sweat things because there's dates involved, but at the same token, it does keep you a little bit more motivated to try to keep up with the days. So that is that. And again, the Tomo River paper, you know, what can I say? It's just amazing stuff. Now, moving along with that, I still have my little moleskin watercolor. This one, what I started to do was, I was playing around. This is my darker one. My angst side, so a little bit more of the playing around with darker paints, things like that. And yeah, so that's what this one's going to be used for. So this is more of an occasional journal. I still have my commonplace book, which I utilize quite a bit. It's mostly for little educational nuggets, but occasionally, if I decide to just draw or doodle or something like that, I will do that. So that's what this is, and I still have it around, still love this. And then most recent to my collection is the Mon Carnet de Poche. This one has lovely craft paper in it. 3 different kinds. There's more information on my website, or my blog, sorry. On my blog, if you look it up, it's there. It's just, it's great. And it's great paper. It's fun. So far, it's been taking watercolor, acrylic very nicely. Again, most I haven't tried it, but of course, most likely alcohol markers will probably bleed through. But yeah, this is kind of like, I've just been playing around in this one. This is more my, what do you want to call this one? Another occasional journal, which I'm just going to experiment in. Here we go, my experimentation journal. I started watching Da Vinci's Demons, which was great. Just putting some black paint down and some neon paint for future when I want to play around with it. But this takes pencils fantastically. So yeah, if you get a chance to even find one of these things, I know the white one with the clear page, clear pages with the white pages, and then there's like one craft insert in that one. That's more readily available. I think they even sell it at Crate and Barrel, which is what I saw. But I don't know. Don't quote me on that one. But anyways, this is fun to play with. Now, what's in this and what is this? This is another one of my Orla Keeley finds at Target. I'm always kind of looking in the makeup section. That's where you want to look for any kind of shower bags. And even if you don't have a Target in your country, just in general, I would say look into beauty areas where, you know, shower bags, makeup bags. That's probably the best place to go for these like travel bags. Pardon me, some green tea. Throat's kind of like hurting here. But anyways, so this one is actually a bigger one than the other ones that I got. And the reason why I got this, and I'll show you right now, is it's almost as if this was made for journaling. It's fantastic. It's big. You have this thing. It doesn't detach, but you know, it has, I guess this is for the makeup brushes, right? So I put like my markers in here, and then in this pocket here, you could put like some of your stickers, right? So when you're journaling, you need your journal stickers, diary stickers. Yeah, so this is fantastic. Fantastic. It's huge. And I also put sometimes, you know, one of these, I have several of these, but these little pocket watercolors in there too. It'll fit right there quite nicely. So yeah, I carried this during my trip over to the LA to see the parents. And inside, of course, I will pull them out. I'm sure you've spied it. A couple of my Midoris. Well, one is a real Midori and one is a Giramundo. I think that's how they call it. It's a Giglio Frenzy leather. And I know you've seen some luscious pictures of this. So what was I saying about this and this? This one you get at Barnes & Noble's for like, I think it was around $35 or something like that, right? This leather, the way it feels like this. I'm sorry, but it does. And you know, I discussed this in a post. Don't kill me, Giglio fans, but and of course, as many of you know, this is more of the luxury brand of your Midori, and this is aging quite nicely. I'm quite happy with it. It's about a year old now. Anyway, so what's the deal with this, the Giramundo? And I'm probably butchering the name up, so excuse me. It's just, it's a finer finish, right? If you're really into the detailing of leather, you know, they have the stitches here going on. This is for credit cards, so some people have been using this as a wallet as well. And then here's the back. You could fit probably another thinner. People have been fitting like, about 6, up to 6, I believe, of the normal Midori inserts. So what do I have in here that's so huge? This is the 7 Seas journal that I was talking about. Normally it's an A5 size, so the height is perfectly fine. But I needed to get some, you know, some of the width chopped off. The normal width of a Midori insert is about 110 millimeters. I decided to try for 120, a little bit larger. I mean, I still, you know, it comes right up to the edge. I'll hold it right. It comes right up to the edge, so maybe I would go down to maybe 115 millimeters. So why? I just wanted a little bit more of a width. And actually, I quite like this. The 120 is fine. And so what am I using this one for, you ask? This is the planner that I was talking about. my makeshift planner, because I was very bummed. The calendar or diary insert, the free one that my husband got me, and I know I should have checked this before, but the weekly was a vertical weekly. Yeah, with the 24-hour clock, it just doesn't work for me. I tried, for a day. It just did not work for me. And then when I tried to go find this one that you've all seen from last year, oh, I love these and I wish I could find them, but I can't find them anywhere. So the weeks is, you know, on one side and then you have the notes page. So this was perfect for me. And in terms of when I wrapped up the end of my week, I would, you know, print out all the pictures from that week and then put it in here. So, you know, that was, something fell out. But anyways, that was how I used this, right? So I really loved that format. It really worked well for me, but alas, you know, what can you do? You have to make, you know, the best of what you have. And so I did try, and I'm searching for it here. I did try the Chronodex, folks. I tried it. I spent the day, and it did take me a better part of the day to figure out how it's going to work out with my printer. You know, like the fact that, you know, I had to print out the evens and then reshuffle everything and print it out on the odd side, but making sure the top and the bottom fit. It's quite a task if you're gonna undertake it. I decided to try this lovely parchment paper. You know, now it's too bright. Let me take that down there. So I tried this lovely parchment paper and I printed it out, but again, like, and I should have read some of the threads, but I was too excited to try it. Because it's 17 pages, it does this, right? You see that? It would have been nicer if it was divided properly so that you'd have at least maybe 2 or 3 signatures so that it would fit nicely in, but unfortunately, it's all one thing. So it's driving me crazy. It flattened out quite a bit since I had it clamped down. But this is driving me crazy, so I decided not to use this. What I'll do is cut these things out and maybe, you know, maybe kind of like use this as a once a month checkup type of thing and like how am I spending my time. So I think that's how I'm going to be using this guy. So all is not lost with my Chronodex. That's that. So the way I've been using this, and you guys have been seeing it, this is week 2 of me doing this, and I actually quite like it. I like to have my months, my weeks, all of that close to each other, so this is working out for me. You know, I do this, and then I haven't printed out my last week's pictures, but that's where I'm going to be throwing those pictures there. And because I have unlimited amount of pages, after each week calendar, it's been working great because I've been writing more, which I love. Yeah, so I think, I don't know, this is just week 2. I like it. I don't mind that I have to actually draw out my calendar. It's not a big deal. So this is working for me fine. Again, the 7 C's, just to recap, is it's a Tomo River paper. And it's from nanamipaper.com. They do a great job of working with you, and you know, he custom cut this for me, so you know, whatever floats your boat, I mean, he's able to work with you on these things, so just a shout out for them. And now what's in my regular Midori, you ask? Let's see. Let me take this out for you. So the way I've been using this really is, I kept my other journals. It's still in there. There's a few pages left in this. I decided to move it around again. This is the Right Now. This is the one that I'm using with the Lotus and the Lily book notes. And then I still have this notebook as well. This is also a craft notebook, which again is more of an occasional journal, art journal. So that's how this one is being used. So I didn't completely just let this, you know, shift off to the side while I was using this guy. So they're both being used. And that pretty much wraps it up. You know, doesn't mean that you won't see me with another journal in the future. But you know, whatever gets you excited and get you motivated to draw and write. I mean, I'm all for it. I know some people feel terrible when they kind of half finish a journal and then move on to the next, but you know, whatever makes you happy and whatever gets you excited to create, I think that's what's most important. And that's it for this blog post. I hope I answered a lot of your questions and your curiosity in terms of how all of these things are working. This is gorgeous. Again, I'll put all the links on my blog again to so that you have access to where, you know, this is ground, where I got this. You know, they're already on my blog, but I'll recap it for you with this particular blog post. So thanks for stopping by and, you know, sharing in my love for journals. And again, Happy New Year. Happy 2015. Make it a creative one. Take care. Bye.